Hello and good morning. It's Wednesday, the 12th of October 2022, and I'm Rashan Gidwani. In Singapore, Singapore stocks closed lower for the fourth consecutive day on Tuesday, tracking a decline in most Asian markets following a negative session overnight on Wall Street. The benchmark Straits Times Index fell 0.1% or 2.47 points to close at 3,105.00. Total securities turnover on the Singapore Exchange in September gained 6% from the previous month to 25.8 billion Singapore dollars, while the total market turnover volume fell to 28.8 billion shares compared to 31.6 billion shares in August. Year on year, total securities turnover shed 5%. Total market turnover volume likewise dropped 23% from 37.4 billion shares. In a midday bourse filing on Tuesday, the Australian unit of Singtel, Optus, and some of its wholly owned subsidiaries have received notices of intention to commence formal investigations by the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner and Australian Communications and Media Authority. Optus said it remains committed to working with governments and regulators as it responds to the impact of the cyber attack. Trek 2000 International founder Hen Tan was sentenced to 16 months imprisonment on Tuesday for engaging in conspiracies to falsify accounts, forge documents, and deceive external auditors of the firm that developed the ubiquitous thumb drive. The 66-year-old former chief executive of mainboard-listed Trek 2000 has been in remand since June, and this period will count towards his jail term. In the U.S., Wall Street stocks finished a volatile session, mostly lower on Tuesday, following a downcast IMF economic forecast as investors gird for a difficult earnings season. The Dow Jones Industrial eked out a 0.1% gain to 29,239.19. The broad-based S&P 500 fell for a fifth straight session, losing 0.6% at 3,588.84, while the tech-rich Nasdaq Composite Index slid 1.1% to 13,608.09. Meta Platforms unveiled its newest virtual reality headset on Tuesday. The headset will cost $1,500, 3 times the price of the Quest 2, which was launched in late 2020. Still, Meta's research in developing virtual and augmented reality headsets is key to plans for the so-called metaverse, an immersive version of the internet where Zuckerberg hopes people will eventually work and play. BNY Mellon is adding cryptocurrencies to assets that it holds as a custody manager. BNY formed a unit in 2021 to develop solutions for digital asset technology, tapping companies Fireblocks and Chainalysis after winning the approval of New York's financial regulator earlier this fall to store digital currencies and allow customers to use one custody platform for both its traditional and crypto holdings. General Motors Co. is starting an energy business to sell power storage units and services to homeowners and commercial clients, an offshoot of the automaker's battery development work for electric vehicles. GM said the new division, called GM Energy, will help customers transfer electricity from an EV or battery storage box to a home or building as a way to protect against power outages and transfer electricity to the grid during off-peak times. Delta Airlines Inc. is betting on flying taxi rides to and from airports, announcing a $60 million investment in Joby Aviation Inc. and plans to offer services in New York and Los Angeles. Delta's investment will give it a 2% stake in Joby, which also has been backed by Uber Technologies Inc. and went public last year. PayPal Holdings said it has no intention of fining customers for spreading misinformation after attracting criticism for publishing a new user agreement outlining such a plan. The issue gained traction over the weekend after the company published policy updates prohibiting users from using the PayPal service for activities identified by the company as the sending, posting, or publication of any messages, content, or materials, promoting misinformation in an acceptable use policy due to kick in on November 3rd. In our recommendation section, we maintain our overweight recommendation on the Singapore banking sector. We remain positive on banks. Bank dividend yields are attractive at 5% with upside surprise due to excess capital ratios. Stable economic conditions and rising interest rates remain tailwinds for the banking sector. SGX is another beneficiary of higher interest rates, and we initiate a buy recommendation on PayPal with a target price of 116 US dollars. We also have a technical buy on Moderna with a buy limit of 123.42 US dollars and a stop loss of 115.40 US dollars. You can take profit at 144.50 US dollars and 156 US dollars. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the Daily Morning Note. For financial news, tune in weekdays at 8:30 a.m. live on YouTube and Facebook. See you again.